Champions League is back. Yes, 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 it is back. And it's back with a bang. Whew, I've missed it. I've missed it. I'm not going to lie. Even with my team being absolute pants, I've missed it. I have missed the Champions League. And it has not it has started already. It has not disappointed. Me, myself, as a Man United fan, yes, I'm disappointed. But the Champions League, the product, which is the Champions League, it does not disappoint. It has delivered from game week 1, and we're going to get straight into it. Yes, guys, make sure, as the caption says below, make sure you like the video, share the content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The link to join in this discussion is in the description and in the live chat as well. So make sure you do that. Come and let me know your thoughts about everything that's happened in the Champions League this week so far. We're talking Tuesday. I said so far this week, first game week, Tuesday and Wednesday's matches, and we're gonna start with Tuesday. Javern we have got Jay in the background. He said the call. There he is.
Yeah, when I said call, I meant just shout my name or something. Say,
camera looking a bit booky there. What's going on?
I know. Come on,
what's going
on? Focus.
I'm hearing 1080p. 30 FPS, full definition.
Yeah, I've been working on my new streaming setup, so I've been using the webcam. Let me see if I can fix that.
Webcam using a potato, my brother. Using a potato. What is going on here? But yeah, we're gonna start Champions League. We've got Jerry here as well. What are you saying, Jerry?
Looking fuzzy. What is that?
How are you? Recovered from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm still annoyed about yesterday how we should have lost that game. I'm still angry about almost challenge because if that didn't happen,
wait.
I'm still upset.
Yeah, I just want to know if you had recovered. We'll get into it.
Yes, so I'll get into it, but I've recovered. I'm fine now. I'm not too angry because I didn't look at Twitter because I knew it was gonna be nuts yesterday. So that's why I didn't bother look at it.
We'll get on to Man United. We'll deal with today's games first, thankfully. Hopefully, by the time we get on to Man United, everyone would have tuned out and just be me and you talking. Because I don't even want to talk about what happened yesterday, but we have to.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's definitely better. I mean, it's not me. It's not 1080p, but it will do. It will do. I'll tell you what. Big up.
I raise you.
Big up Restream, because compared to StreamYard, this quality is next. Like, I am looking. I know I got new glass. I know I got a new trim, but it's the camera. My glasses don't look that good. My trim ain't that good. It's the camera. I'm telling you. This is Erhan. You're in a conference league. Don't mess it. Don't tweet me. Don't at me.
So Neeks,
you might be 1080p, but the trim is 144p.
So Neeks, can you hear me?
Yeah, what are you saying? I can hear you.
This is the new StreamYard now. Restream. This is new one.
This is what we use here. Yeah, on on Neeks Sports. Yeah, and the Football Dugout, and we use Restream. Yeah, when Jay bought it, I was like, yeah, couldn't do this, couldn't do that. There's a few things that it can't do compared to StreamYard, but for me, the quality of the camera alone, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I don't need X, Y, Z that StreamYard might do. Listen, let's talk about today, because today in the Champions League has been an absolute mad one. I said, for you lot just joining now, the link to join is in the description below. And actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. So just click that and have your say. Hope that's worked. Yeah, that's worked. So that's pinned to the top now. So come and have your say.
I know
today.
my camera quality is dropping as well now.
It's better than it
Better,
was
man.
before anyway.
Yeah.
Must be a jacket potato. Organic.
Yeah.
Today's results absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. I didn't watch all the games as I can't do. But let me ask you, what games did you lot watch?
So today I watched the PSG versus Bridge games. I want to see the.
Listen, I thought that was gonna be the game to watch.
Yeah, I
Not
want
gonna
to watch
lie.
that, but after
Because-
got to 80th minute, I just turned fuck it, turn the TV off, man. Sorry for my language, but I just turned the computer off. It was boring as hell.
That's fine.
You know what? I think we
game
were
did you
watching the
watch
wrong game.
What game
The
did you watch?
PSG game.
Oh, you watched the PSG game as well?
Yeah, because listen, I picked that game because I was thinking, you know what, this is the game to watch.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I need to see the Champions League winners. You know, I need to, you know, be a part of. They've already won it, but I need to see how they
I
win
need
it.
to see how they do it.
Yeah, I need to see how they do it. But oh my goodness,
I'm gonna bring Zayn in just now because I was watching a few games. I was watching the PSG game. I was watching the Inter Real Madrid game briefly. Well, not briefly. I watched the majority of it. I actually missed the one goal that was scored near the end. I watched it back
We'll try
on
go.
replay. And I was also watching the Liverpool game. I'm gonna bring in Zayn. We're gonna start talking about Liverpool first and foremost. What
was the final score for that?
It was 3-2 Liverpool final score. It was a crazy game, and I'm gonna give my little about it first. I'm gonna go on to Zayn, obviously Liverpool fan, back on the channel after a hiatus while he recovered from Liverpool's average season last year.
What are you talking about, bro?
Normal.
Unlike Chelsea, man, who are considered the worst defending Premier League champions, who came 10th. Everyone's trying to say that about us. But did we come? Third, bruv. Third. So
but the difference
I don't want to hear no chat. I don't want to hear no chat. Do you know what? I got just tired of repeating the shit that will get us things sorted, man. Do you get me?
The difference is Chelsea.
What did you win?
You know what I mean? It's all
remind me what you won on your worst season.
Nothing.
Remind me.
Mate, do you know what?
Remind me, please. Remind us.
Hotspur FC.
Oh,
We do it.
okay.
Okay. Did we? No, we're trying to be Arsenal because them man are like, yeah, we got fourth place. We got top four, bro. We're trying to show Arsenal man how to do it. Do you get me? Because them lot dash their legendary manager, and we just to show them like even when you're flopping at the start, you can fix up. And let's be honest, bro. None of your man can chat to me about losing the players we lost, bro. So let's not even go into that because if you lost Jorginho Lukaku this season, you lot are done. Don't even talk to me about that. If them two men go down. And sorry, Mendy as well. Mendy been saving your ass against Aston Villa, bruv. He got, you know what?
It's like that for every
He got
team,
man
mate.
in the match. The keeper, bruv. What
like
does that say? The keeper got man in the match.
Okay, but it's like that for any team because we've seen it before with Liverpool. Like if Van Dijk goes,
shook a bit, innit? Sorry, bro.
It's like no, that argument means nothing, man. Like it goes like that for every team. Like if Pogba goes for United, if Jack Grealish goes for Aston Villa when he was at Aston Villa, like you could use that argument anywhere. It's all about the squad depth and how to manage it. You guys have no depth. You have no squad outside of your.
You know what? I can't
11.
complain. Yeah, we get 1 or 2 serious injuries.
So therefore,
Salah goes
you
down.
can.
Yeah.
So who comes in for Salah?
Then.
All I'm gonna say is if Lukaku goes down, finding Timo. My man misses
that's
open
that's
goals.
fine.
You see what
Okay.
he did Germany the other week? Missed that bare
That's
open
okay.
goal. Do you get me? That's what he does. He's not a striker. He should, someone should sue the trade description act, bro. Whoever said he was a striker, sue him under trade description law, man, because that's a violation, bro.
Trade description law.
Yeah, trade description
That's fine.
because that man ain't no striker.
Right.
That's a violation, and you lot are mugged off, bro. You should get your money back. 15 mil for what?
Nah,
man,
you know what?
Goals.
You know what? It's fine. I hear that, but
Jay,
we won a Champions League without Lukaku, so something's gonna happen. Like it's just inevitable. Chelsea wins stuff.
Because let's be honest, Pep bottled it. He's a bottler in the Champions League, bruv. Come on, Tottenham. He lost to Tottenham. He lost to Lyon, and he lost to you, man, in the final. Come on, man. He's a bottler. It's not about you. It's more Pep doing what Pep does. Do you know what I mean? He just does something stupid. In the final game, no, let me change it up. Let me do this and that, like never done in their life. And suddenly, I know that's a good idea. That man's a bottler, bro. Trust me, it'll be good when he's gone, man. I hope he don't get that Champions League in the next 2 years. But anyway, let's talk about the games tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, back to the
show.
show.
Do you know what I mean? He ain't really chatted to me before, so you don't get me. Do you know what I mean? I'm an expert.
Okay. As I was
Me
saying,
too.
that Liverpool game was crazy because I'm watching that game in the first half, and I was like, "Wait, how is this only 1-0? Oh wait, it's not 2-0 yet. It missed the penalty. At one point, you were 1-0 up. You had 14 shots, so they had one. And as that graphic disappeared off the screen, AC Milan break and they score 1-1. And you're like, AC Milan were lucky to still be in the game, let alone they've not equalized going into half time. Liverpool, they should have been 2 or 3-0 up at least going into half time. And you're like, it's going to be 1-1. As the replay ends, the match starts back and AC Milan are through 2-1. I'm like, what is going on? Crazy game because Liverpool were absolutely battering them. Yeah, they were 2-1 down at halftime.
Do you know what? That's standard for Liverpool, man. Liverpool fans, honestly, trust me, they put us through this every single time. Do you get me, man? It's one of those where it's hard sometimes to be a Liverpool fan, but it's entertaining as well, at least for the neutrals, man. Were you not entertained today? Do you mean 2 elite teams, legendary teams in Europe with legacy? What a game for the neutrals, bro. Do you get me? We still pushed it over the line. Do you get me? We're not like part of the bus FC like, Chelsea and them, man. Do you get me? Still, but anyway.
Second half, obviously, yeah, Liverpool just kept going, and I guess AC Milan were more in the game in the second half than they were the first half. I don't know what happened in the first half. Maybe they got shook by the so-called Anfield atmosphere that only comes from
Europe. I think for Europe, bruv, it's true. It is.
It only
Europe
comes
is different.
But yeah, Salah got his customary goal after missing a penalty, poor penalty as well that was saved. But got his customary goal. I think the keeper could have probably done better. The keeper started coming, then dropped back, and then Salah poked it in, and then Henderson with an absolute beautiful strike, Gerrard-esque. Someone saying Liverpool's greatest ever captain. Now, some. I'm not going to name no names, but some.
Easy though.
Well, maybe Zane can let us know. But Zane, let us know in terms of the game. How did you see? How did it end up 3-2? And really and truly, you should have won that game comfortably.
Do you know what? 17-18 season, we were like papping teams like 3-0 by 25 minutes, all that kind of stuff. Do you get me? Since then, I'll be honest, man. Mane's put some juju on us where he's I don't know, he's infected other players. Do you get me? We're not as clean as we should be, right? No, it's facts, right? And I've been calling out Mane, and trust me, the Liverpool fans don't like it. For some reason, you're not allowed to call people out. I'm old school, Jimmy. I grew up in the 80s, 90s. You get me? Popper, licks, you get me? None of this. Talk about your feelings, brother. How you doing? No. You just got licks, bruv. It was a hard not laugh, bruv. So from my point of view, I've always thought we had the quality to get through, but I'll be honest, Donkey, aka Henderson, he didn't have a good game, but I will call him Henderson today because all I care about with my players is there's the output there. Do you get me? As long as you handle your business and do what you should do, then I ain't got no problem with you. Like I was calling Trent Deadball FC last season because, first part of the season, COVID, whatever, man, weren't performing. So as a fan, I have a right to call my players out if they're not perform. I don't care about what they did last year. It's about, I've got a mantra like at work. You're only good as your last piece of work, your last job, or your last project. You get me? Same with players, bro. You get paid bare money. You're only good as your last match. Don't get gassed that you did something last year, blah blah blah. Yeah, no.
People were calling out. People were calling out Trent today because 2 of the goals, both AC Milan's goals came down his side. Maybe he's not as world class as everyone.
Well, I think the second one was a Matip out of position more than what Trent's supposed to block every cross or do everything on that side. No, do you know what I mean? It's difficult, but all I got to say, do you know what I mean, is as long as we win, we move. Do you get me? And there's things that got to go. But let's be honest as well, right? It's still the start of the season. People are still getting up to speed.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's too early to be saying blah, blah, blah.
Tell some Man United fans that because I'm like, I don't even say too much in it because it's I leave my stuff for YouTube and try and debate as little with. I try and debate as little with words, like as in typing as possible, because one, it's very long, and because people already have their points of view or their opinions. To try and convince them by typing is very, very difficult and very long and time consuming. I'd rather leave it to a discussion of a YouTube or in person and just keep it moving, especially when we lose, because people go over the top. Now, yesterday was
Conte
terrible.
was trending for 24 hours.
What the hell was this?
I was thinking this morning, like, even this afternoon, I was thinking, hold on, why is Conte trending? Has he got a new job or something? I click on it, it's still Man United fans still saying it's sad that Arteta and Oli are still in a job, and you've got man like what's it?
Conte at the job
Conte.
Please.
I'm just like, come on.
After one game, first off season, people saying sack Oli, get Conte. First of all, Oli made a super team, super team this season, and people go to sack him. And people don't understand Conte is not a guy to mess with, If Conte comes in, he will destroy our team, Someone
hold up, Jerry, wait. I know you want to get on. We'll come back to Man United.
You do not know.
We will come back to Man United. We will. Everyone stay with us.
Have some respect.
That's going to be a longer.
I know it's magic, but like.
And as a matter of fact, I'm doing a stream. Probably tomorrow, since there's no important football on tomorrow. Regarding Man United, so stay tuned for that. But we will talk about it today as well. But Liverpool, obviously, you said start of the season. It's an you want to get obviously the wins on the board, but even when it comes to player performance, individuals, you don't want to start going in too hard on one person or the next, whether it be for good or bad. People can start on form and they fall off, or people start poorly and they pick up. So good win to start the group. Who else is in your group? Is it
Porto?
AC Milan, Atletico,
they drew 0-0.
So we're in a good position already because we've got Porto next. So do you know what I mean? So for us, it's a good start, but it's 3 points. It's too early. The only thing, like I said, I would say is the team. It's they're bubbling nicely. They're starting to do things, and it's nice that other people stepping in. Like the amount of disrespect Jota gets, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry, compared to Werner, it's a violation. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're trying to, there was this comparison. You lot lost that on Werner, and you got some backup in Jota. But to be fair to Jota, he's been, solid and consistent for the price tag. I think he's been a bargain for us. Do you get me right? And again, he's done his thing. Origi, people give a lot of stick to. He got an assist. Mane ain't giving no assist. Do you know what? I noticed with Mane, 65 minutes, he got the ball, done a little thing in the box, and then he nearly cleared out the stadium to get me over the corner flag. And I thought, brother, I don't know what's going on with you, man. But
I saw that one.
Do you know what? And what I get annoyed about is that what I don't like about Klopp, and I will call Klopp out as well because, I keep it real. I don't like this favoritism, bro. You've got to earn your place in the team, man.
Wait, who does he favourite? Who does he?
No, why not put Minamino in or Origi?
He put in Origi. Origi started the game.
No, yeah, exactly. Look what he's done today. Still,
but that's not favoritism because he doesn't usually start Origi, and he gave Origi a chance.
No. What I'm saying though is that Mane for the past last season and also started this season.
Neeks,
what has he done? Yeah, go on.
Zayn, seeing this player about guy about Minamino, is he even Liverpool quality or something? Why did you guys sign him and gassing up 2 years ago when you guys won league?
Do you know what? That's the thing.
Why don't you guys play him?
All right, let me, because one thing I've realised with fans, right? A lot of them don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand real football, understand what it's like being an individual, going to a new country. It's like when you start a new job, right? Man who works. A lot of these man or keyboard warriors don't have a job still. Do you get me, man? That's why they're on the keyboard all the time, chatting shit, right? But when you start a new job, even though you may have done something similar at a previous company, it's a new. It's not like straight away you're into it. It takes good 6-8 weeks sometimes to get into it. My man come when it was COVID, right? So what the problem I have is that fair enough, he's got to earn his time to get into the team, but when other players are not performing like Mane hasn't, why can't Minamino get 4 or 5 games in a row? Because let's be honest, the output for Mane in 4 or 5 games was what? No assist, no goals. So what are you missing by putting Minamino in? Do you get me? It's like worst case, he's going to do the same as Mane and do nothing. Or actually, give him some time, help him build his confidence. He could actually step up and do something, man.
Well, as you said, it's the start of the season. There's going to be Capital One Cup or whatever they call it, Carabao Cup next week. So maybe we'll see the likes of Minamino.
Well,
I want to
I
chat
call it
about
the
the
Man
team.
City Cup. I call it the Man City Cup. The
Nah,
cup.
listen. This year, Man City ain't winning it. I made it my.
Are you
I made it
sure?
my
Are you sure,
vow.
Neeks? Are you sure about Neeks,
Listen,
man?
I wanted them early. I actually wanted them in the first round because if you get them later, that's when they're fully up to speed. They're gonna play their best team in like the quarters and semi-finals. Early rounds, they're rotating. They're bringing in man like Nathan Ake. Like that's who I want to play against.
Oh
But
yeah.
the later you get them, the worse. I wanted them immediately, and we end up West Ham. We're probably
Do you
gonna
know
get
what?
knocked
Do you know
out.
what? I'll be honest. I think Chelsea are going to win bare
Nah, I
trophies,
won't.
bare cups. They're going to win bare cups. Their squad is so deep, man. It's like
But
ridiculous. Do you
listen,
get me?
sticking on the Champions League theme, obviously Jay and Jerry, you watched the PSG game. I'll come to Jay first. Obviously, listen, Eminem, not the rapper, only the one of
The
the guys.
sweets, the chocolates.
Chocolates, great chocolates. I hate that they took the nuts out of some of them, the crispy ones. What a disgrace. And PSG played like they had no nuts today, no balls. Went out there and let's be honest, a 1-1 draw with Club Brugge is a disgrace. I was expecting a lot from Eminem, and I'm sure you were as well, Jay.
Listen, I tuned into that game and I was like, you know what? I'm expecting to have a good game. I might even just watch the League One this season, watch them, see, just to see, what the greatest team in a very long time could do. And I was like, for a second, I was like, are they playing Inter Milan? Because the kit kind of looked similar. And they were playing like if they were Inter Milan as well, because I'm seeing some mad pressing. I'm seeing them winning the ball in the middle of the park. They're getting in balls, getting to the final third. I was like, nah, they are on it. Like they are absolutely on it. Like it was a brilliant match. And then when they got the goal, I was like, I think PSG is gonna go on and win this. But oh my goodness, they stayed strong throughout. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was just thinking something, you like in this day and age, like I've said this to people so much times, and hopefully PSG proved me right this season that what does the eye test mean?
Nothing.
What does the eye test mean? Look at that front three. They're all eye tests. Literally. They're all eye tests. And what have we been given today? What have we been given? Like hard work, coming back to defend sometimes. You're going to have to come back a bit deeper. So when your team wins the ball, you can pick it up maybe a bit deeper, but then you break. They don't run. They don't often. They're all just luxury players. And I keep telling you, the eye test means nothing. You have to. I would rather take someone that scores 30 goals in a league that don't do no skills and no skills, tap-ins, penalties, pick up the ball and kick it in. I'm not here to see any of that flair. Okay, yeah, it's nice to see it, but if that's all you're offering, then it means nothing. And here we are today. Maybe it's just the beginning. And if they keep this up this season in the Champions League, then they're not going to win anything. And I think those three, they're just luxury players. When things don't go their way, nothing happens. PSG are still an individual team. They have Ramos there. They have just think of all the names. It's so individualist. Like it's not a team.
No,
Jerry,
it's not a team.
Jerry, I'm gonna you were watching the game as well as I bring Joshua into the.
Who knows? Chat. Maybe they might gel, like you said, early doors. But from what I've seen, they're gonna have to pick it up.
What are you saying, Jerry?
Yeah, I was watching a game, and PSG. The reason why I watched the game because I saw the front three of Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. Apparently, they were the best front three in the country, according to many people on Twitter. And when I was watching them play, they were first of all, Herrera's goal was a good goal, and then when I saw Bruce playing, they were onto him, they were on it, they were pushing him. And yes, I think what I was trying to say, PSG is the first time them three players, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, sort of played together, so I think it's gonna take time for them to gel, and Poch, as lots of people Poch some sort of messiah, according to most of our fan base, yeah, he better do something good with big stuff this season, yeah, because he needs to start playing Messi and them front three more so they can know each other and then get and fit system in. If he doesn't win something big like Champions League or League, yeah, then he should never be a manager of any football again because that's why it's not good enough. He should win something big this year with Messi on that team. And Messi played well, but he started. But I don't know how many times Messi had that goal.
Do you know what? Can I ask Jerry and Jay a question about that game? Because I didn't watch that. But is it not a case that because it's so early in the season and they've got all these players and they've got to, get that relationship and understand it? Obviously, Mbappe's obviously got to be put on, back into the fold and all that kind of stuff as well. Is it not too early to say they're not a threat? Maybe,
No, I did say that.
October, November.
I did say that.
Do you mean they could gel?
Yeah.
I did say that. I said maybe it could be a thing where it's early doors. They're still trying to gel, but they gotta do it quick, man. What does Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar have to gel? What gelling do they need to do?
I mean, the thing is, like Neymar and Messi, of course, they played together before. Neymar and Mbappe has been playing together for years now. It's going to take a few games. It's the first game they've started, but despite those three, there's still other players on the pitch, and Herrera's the one who came up with a goal. I just feel like, as I think Jay said earlier, like it's a bunch of individuals at the moment. We'll see if they can gel into a team, but at the moment, it's a bunch of individuals who need to. They're going to have to click. I wouldn't say soon because I say that maybe I don't know who the next Champions League game is against. But they could get, if they don't click soon, they could get into a tricky situation where they're struggling to get out of the group because it's Man City and it's Leipzig. Now, we don't know how strong Leipzig is going to be this year, new manager and that. Man City are strong. If they don't gel quickly, the games against Bruges are the ones that you should be winning if you're going to make out of the group, innit? So, long way to go, but definitely work to be done.
Neeks, one thing on Man City, they always start off slow in the season, right? So, I mean, Leipzig papped 3 goals against them still. Do you get me? So the defense ain't solid yet.
Yeah.
So, I think you can get at City at the start of the season, but once they start clicking, they're like a juggernaut. Then they start building up the momentum, and then they're like Liverpool, man. They're the only real team that can go on a 18 match streak. Do you get me? It's like one of those where, and I'm kind of glad.
I don't think that will happen this season.
Why is
because
that?
That's how they won I think last season they started off poorly. To be fair, a lot of teams around the whole of Europe started off really bad. But the thing is, in the league, when they went on their run, that's when everyone in the league were at their worst, and they were able to break away because they weren't nothing special last season, and they've added Jack Grealish. I don't think there's still anything that special. Yes, with a great goal, but I still think that they can be got. I don't think when they go on their run, I think everyone else around them in the league will be on their run too. I don't think no one's going to drop off like that because I think this season in the Premier League is going to be a different thing.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, I think I see the team dropping off more likely will be Liverpool, mainly because they don't have no one to rotate, and that's not even like this. Literally,
as well.
That's it. If Jota's out, who's playing? If Salah's out, who's playing?
Nemino.
It's just what ifs.
You're saying what ifs? That happened last season.
Jay, just a count on that, right? Yeah. What happens when Lukaku is injured? What happens then? Because you don't score any goals then because Werner ain't up to it. So what happens in that situation?
You're right. I did say that.
Teams as well. Do you get me? It's not.
I did say that. I did say that. That's also true. But I believe squad rotation. I'm not taking away from. I'm not saying that if this person goes out, then that. I'm saying if Liverpool get an injury, they actually have no one good to come in, as opposed to Chelsea, who have multiple players in certain positions to be able to replace Lukaku. Isn't there not 9 other players on the pitch? I'm sorry, is it just Timo that does everyone keeps bringing up there?
They got Pulisic, they got Havertz, they got Mount.
Well, you can rely on them.
No. I'm not.
Well, I swear Havertz played false 9 in Champions League final, did he? He
was. This is a different style formation.
Okay.
So
listen, like I said, innit? Barring injuries, anyone I've said this before, any of those 4 can win the title. For me personally, if not, let's just say in a perfect world, none of these teams get injuries. It's going down to the final day. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone's on 80 points, if that's even possible. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how strong I think this season can be.
Zane, don't forget, if Salah's out for a whole season, if he ends up at Van Dijk, what happened last season, you're not getting top 4. You'll be out of top 4.
What if?
But that's another what if, innit? But since we're dealing like this, let's just say no one gets injured. Since this is how we want to talk, what if someone is going to get injured? Someone's getting injured.
If nobody gets injured, then Liverpool's got a great chance of winning.
Exactly, that's what we're saying.
Because they've got a great 11 plus 2 or 3, so to speak. But
can I just say
injuries will happen?
Yeah, but can I just say something on that though? If you know Klopp as a manager, like when he won his titles at Dortmund, he likes a small squad. I think he used about 14, 15 players when they beat Bayern, back to back in Dortmund. That's his style. He doesn't like a big squad because he.
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean? So what you got to understand with Liverpool, the reason why Klopp's there and why FSG like him is because it fits what they're looking to do, right? And let's be honest, right? Klopp needs to get a lot of hate as well because a lot of these players we ain't buying. Klopp is saying I don't need them because he likes a small group, right? And so every Klopp team is going to have a potential risk.
I don't buy that. He was at Dortmund, who's not gonna have a stacked team because it's Dortmund, and now he's at Liverpool and they don't spend money. So it's not Klopp. You're telling me Klopp is there saying, "No, I don't want nobody." Oh, behave, man. They said, here's Mbappe, here's this, here's that. He said, yes, thank you, please, clap some more.
No. I think Klopp is a hipster. Klopp is a hipster. He wants to do it in this kind of way that I didn't spend shitloads of money. He said it multiple times and think he's one of those hipsters, isn't it? He wants to do it the right way, whatever that is. Do you get me? Where
there is no right way. The right way is winning it.
Listen, Zane, I've met a lot of people who say they don't want something they can't get. And that's what it is. When you can't get it, you're like, I didn't want it anyways. When you get it, though, you're like, well, I deserve it.
What's it? Your butters anyway.
Joshua. Is this Joshua the Chelsea fan?
Yeah, it's me, man.
Okay. And Fatura as well, of course, a Chelsea fan. What game were you two watching today?
What's it called? I was watching the Real Madrid. One thing, Javan was saying about eye test, how do you watch football, bro? Do you watch it with your foot?
I don't watch it. I just listen to it. Listen. Do not. Listen. This is one thing I will die on the hill on. Do not get me started on this eye test thing because look at your eye test at PSG. What have they done today?
Nothing. Exactly.
So please. And the eye test. You know what? The eye test continues. It continues to always fail. It always fails. Look at Diego Costa. He does not pass the eye test. But look what he does. This is the point that I'm making. I'm getting American here with the claps when you say this stuff. Listen, the eye test is it means nothing if there's no end product. Why am I gonna watch Messi do 6 nutmegs and it hits the post? What is that?
Jay, I always wonder about this eye test. This eye test flair players. That's what you're talking about.
Basically,
players.
This is what it is. Flair.
I'm not interested in that eye test is. It's output, clinical. If you ain't doing your business, I don't care.
All right. Let's not to go back over that.
Sorry.
Again. I know. John.
I get where you're coming from, bro.
I want to speak about the Inter Real Madrid game. So we haven't spoken about that as well. I had an eye on it up until about 70 minutes. I missed the goal. I saw it on the replay. What's your thoughts on that game? Inter 2 years in a row now. 2 years at least. They haven't qualified from their group. They started with a loss at home. What's your thoughts on that game?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I just came back. Sorry.
What's it called? Inter Real Madrid.
Yeah, I watched up to like the 70th minute as well.
Okay.
But one player that, Vinicius, yeah, this guy is just like the weirdest footballer I've ever seen. Like, I actually don't know how to rate him. Like, he can do great things, and then man's just a bozo. But
Nah, I'm not having that. Vinicius has been on fire this season, man. Come on.
I
Look
don't
at
know.
him in the Liga, fam.
And I've seen him in the Liga. Yeah, his finishing's improved, but I don't know, man. He's
He
just
has all this approach play and dribbling, but his end product has been poor. This year has been good so far, but
Yeah.
up
Is that the
until
eye
this year,
test again? I hear.
maybe he's a bit of an eye test, but yeah.
All this flair and niceness, but no end product.
Obviously, Real Madrid and Inter's group is they got that Sheriff, who I've never heard of before, but they beat Shakhtar 2-0. Despite Inter losing today, would you still expect Inter to go through, or is this going to be a tough for them to get past Shakhtar and possibly Sheriff? I mean, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how good Sheriff are, but I mean, to beat Shakhtar 2-0 is a good result anyway.
Nah, I'd expect Real Madrid and Inter to go through, but Shakhtar, I know they got a good young manager and they got a good young team as well, but nah, it should be Inter and Real Madrid. If Inter don't get out, bro, that's like 3 seasons in a row now. So yeah, that's shocking.
I can't. Inter Milan, yeah, their squad depth is actually trash, but they're good. They have good players, but they have so many players that like that. What I'm trying to say, their squad is so imbalanced, but they have like 3 left wingers and 2 strikers. They ain't have good group properly. That's a thing for them.
Well, remember, obviously,
Like United, yeah.
Nah, yeah. Stop this now. Please stop this.
Conte built the squad that he wanted, but then he left because they had to get rid of players, innit? So I don't know all the sales they've actually done. I don't know. Obviously, Lukaku's gone, Hakimi's gone.
They signed Desco. They signed what's his name? Joaquin Correa. If I say it right. Yeah. And also they signed that midfield from AC Milan. What's now?
Calhanoglu.
Oh, Calhanoglu.
Yeah.
Indiana's joined us. I'm going to come to him in a second. Fata, what game were you watching today?
I was watching the Leipzig game against Man City.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We've got a good varied panel here of everyone watching different games. Listen, I just kept getting notifications. Like, my plan to start the day, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch City Leipzig. I'm going to watch Liverpool, Milan, and Inter Real Madrid. And then I saw Eminem was starting. I was like, well, I have to watch that. So I have to drop the City game. What a bad decision that was.
Bad.
What a damn game. What happened over there? Because that scoreline is mad.
Honestly, like, I could go this a much longer story, but I'm going to keep it short. Like, I feel like Man City's defensive line really frailty at times, especially in that back line. I've spoken to Man City fan a couple of minutes ago. It just showed about the Nathan Ake being the weak link at the back from Man City.
Definitely.
I feel like if Pep doesn't start Nathan Ake, I feel like there's no Man City guaranteed not conceding the goal. So, but it's unfortunate there's a rotation though. But yeah, man, like Man City for me still not unconvinced yet with Pep, but it's only match day 1.
That goal from Jack Grealish.
Look, I just don't get this hype. Some of the fans hyping, oh, Jack Grealish, 100 million, something like that, blah 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 blah, and then lots of Jack Grealish sexuals out there on Twitter just going mad about that goal. Oh my! I just can't stand it.
It was a good goal though. To cut in and then curl it into the far corner. That's a good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got the likes of some Chelsea fans, including Indiana knows well Johnny though. Apparently he had about Jack Grealish a lot though. I just don't get what this geezer brings to this club. Like I just don't get him at times. Like,
Jack Grealish is a massive good signing for them, man.
Yeah, it's good sign. But the thing is, I've asked all my City fans when Aguero left, they're supposed to replace a striker. Why are they getting a midfielder for?
Because they couldn't get Kane. Spurs weren't selling.
It's not asking whoever I get, Kane or Grealish. I want to get a striker that can finish. I don't want his players up top.
Nah, it was a good Jerry. It was a good signing. It was a good signing.
No, but for me,
it's a standstill signing.
If they got Kane, they won the league.
It's a good signing if you get a striker as well.
Exactly.
Get him for 100 million.
But they couldn't get a striker.
But they
couldn't get a striker.
It's not that.
There's strikers out there.
They spent 100 million.
Who are they going to sign?
Lautaro Martinez. He was available for 60 to 70 million.
They had all summer to sort it out. Aguero's left. So what's they're gonna get?
What's the guy from? Is it Frankfurt? Andre Silva? Is it
Andre Silva?
For example, I mean,
he's good.
The option is going Indiana.
Yeah, but that's not the type of strike he wanted. He wanted Kane. Kane was the
forget about that.
Now he's got bloody Jesus. Well done.
Yeah, then he wanted Ronaldo. Didn't get Ronaldo. They wanted Ronaldo. Didn't get that. Like
it's gonna have Haaland next year. They're gonna get Haaland, and that's it. They're done.
If they get Haaland, there's no guarantee.
They will get Haaland, man. Come on.
Haaland's going Madrid. He's going Madrid.
Again, I'm not watching Premier League.
You think he'll go Madrid?
I'm done.
Mbappe, Haaland at Madrid, boy, that's like a next Galactico starting up there.
That's exactly what they do. Don't listen to Florentino Perez about they ain't got no money. Indiana, what did you want to talk about before you go on?
Grealish was a great signing. The reason Grealish was a great signing, despite the striker, forget about the striker, is that eventually Sterling will be moved on. If they didn't buy him for 100 mil, somebody else is going to, whether it's a Chelsea or someone abroad, someone's going to buy him. Someone's going to trigger that release clause. So it was a good time to buy him, bet him into the side. They wanted Kane as well, but I personally separate those. I think it was a great signing to get Jack Grealish. And under Pep, I've always said it. I've been saying it for a long time on the terrace. He is just the perfect player for Pep Guardiola. I think he's going to be outstanding for him.
I think he's quite decent, man.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good player for them. Don't get me wrong. What I say is they spent 100 million on him, and I don't think they're going to win the league. I'm not saying to back him because obviously he's here for more than 1 year. But if they bought a striker, for that or a bit more in terms of price, I'd say they're going to win the league.
They're still scoring goals without a striker. So
cool. But come the end of the season, I don't think they're going to win the league. And then you have to say, should they spend 100 million on Jack Grealish? That's what I would say.
For all we know, they go and get one in January, though, Neeks.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. And you say, you know what, great. But as it stands right now, for me, I don't think they have. They don't have the best team in the league. Player. I think Chelsea do. I think Chelsea do, and I think as an 11,
Man United do. Why you lying, bro? Don't deflect, bro. Come on, man.
I disagree.
We're going to get on Man United. Relax.
No, I think Chelsea have got a better 11, and I think they've got a better 11 than.
We can go through it now. United have a better 11. No, actually, it's Liverpool. You know, I forgot.
Liverpool got the best 11 in the league.
No, I don't agree with that.
We're trying to sneak through, bro. Don't talk about us. Keep it on Chelsea, bro. Keep it on Chelsea.
It's actually Liverpool.
Liverpool and Chelsea's 11 are complete for me. They're complete. Whereas Man City have a whole, Man United have a whole. So
that's vortex, man.
Just DM. That's it.
Let's just go run through your other results
and a right back
before we go on to tomorrow. Yesterday's Sporting versus Ajax. I was 5-1 to Ajax. Sebastian Haller.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
West Ham of 4 Champions League goals. What a day for him. Atletico drew 0-0 with Porto.
Surprise.
2-0. And of course, Erling Haaland on the score sheet again, as well as Jude Bellingham, as Dortmund beat Besiktas 2-1 in the early kickoff. Yesterday. That's it from us today. We'll chat to you lot tomorrow.
No, not that easy.
You're not getting away with that, Neeks.
I want to hear the sorry excuses now. Whatever. Go on.
I told me yesterday's game Neeks.
Say that again?
I told me
ladies first. Who's first?
I don't know what happened yesterday. I was working. That game came on way too early for me. I was listen. I don't know what happened. Someone gonna have to explain to me.
Jerry, you're Wan-Bissaka's biggest fan.
Jerry,
listen.
What happened yesterday?
So after college, I came to my room. I watched the game. I started from 13 minutes. I missed him an hour ago. So now scored. It was a good goal. I've seen it. And then that Wan-Bissaka challenge, I'm like, I love Wan-Bissaka. I love you. What was that? Why would you do that? Because let's be honest, if that red card didn't happen, we would have won the game comfortably. As a fact, And then after that, I don't know why. And then we got 10 men. We sort of struggled a bit. We struggled and we struggled. And plus, what I would have done, I think Oli personally, I would have made huge change. I would have played Lindelof. I would have started Varane, who was I start? I want to play. I will still play Greenwood on left wing, right wing. Sancho had to come off as well because he had a bit of stink on. Plus, he needs to get used to the system. And after the game yesterday, like no, Lingard was the one. Like, what the hell? As soon as I saw, because I was downstairs, yeah, I walked upstairs and I saw Lingard made a goal. And then when I saw that goal winning, I was like, okay, I just turned my computer off and then I just did my homework, yeah. And then listen, yeah,
Did
I
my
looked at
homework. I'm
That's that he prepared to do his
screaming.
homework. That was
I thought I'm not seeing that. I did not want to see that goal.
I'm
I looked at
dead.
it and I see Olia. What the hell is going on? What is wrong? No, I don't have. Listen, man, literally, yeah, I did not have anything to talk to these people here because it's only fourth game. See, it's our first loss here. And people are saying Saka now. Dude, it's only your first Champions League game, yeah, and we're not knocked out. Plus, Oli will bounce back because Oli can survive anything. He's not gonna get sacked. And plus, with Ronaldo in our team, yeah, Oli's not gonna get knocked out in Europa League again. No way in Champions League. Sorry, Oli's not gonna get knocked out in Champions League this season again. It happened again. It's not happening.
Come on, Indiana, you keep it real, man. You keep it straight. What was your real thoughts about that game?
I criticize him for that. He's not done that.
Listen, Indiana.
He wasn't ready.
Olia was trending. Obviously, you probably did half of those tweets yourself. If only in your mind, if not actually on Twitter itself. Listen, I said after the Southampton game, I said, Indiana, just say Oli out. Just say Oli out.
I'm so
because after that Southampton game, you were like, you were done with him at that point because he started Martial, who you hate. You don't know why.
I just don't think he's a striker.
Martial.
If he was Italian, Neeks, you wouldn't like him at all. But here we go. We move.
And obviously started Fred and Matic in the middle. Now, yesterday, you weren't happy at all.
Fredich.
Reddit.
It's like some sort of disease, Fredich.
What happened yesterday, Indiana?
Need cream for that. What happened yesterday?
Yeah. I didn't watch the game and I was working. I don't know what.
Wamba Shocker happened for a start. Typical Wamba Saka. Just the touch was poor, reaching for it. Just he's got such a bad touch. It's just it's comical. He's a Manchester United right back, and I'm okay. We go down to 10 men. My biggest question is, what does Oli do now? Because we don't know as fans what he does. Like, what's he gonna do? It's like part of me thinks he gets like post-its like these, right? And he writes everyone's names on the post-its, gets Mick Phelan's baseball cap, mixes them up, and then just pulls them out. Jesse Lingard would do, like Matic will do. It's mad the way he puts players on the pitch or the players that he chooses. So for me, straight away, I would have been like, okay, Ronaldo has to come off. We take Ronaldo off. Let's get Martial on. He can hold up the ball up top. He's actually very good at doing that, and he's a bit quicker. We can still counter attacks. Bring Matic on. Yes, keep Donny on. I would have kept Donny on so we can keep the ball. All
right, let me ask you something quickly about Donny because I agree definitely. Martial should have come on for Ronaldo.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with necessarily the time that Ronaldo came off, but you could kind of see for maybe 5-10 minutes earlier that the team ideally we should have with 10 men been able to keep the ball and get the ball up to Ronaldo. But the gap between Ronaldo and the rest of the team was so big that Ronaldo's not going to be running down the channels and doing all that. What you want someone, a
Can you
striker
imagine the PR if he had to take off Ronaldo 30 minutes in? I don't think that would run.
No, I'm not saying 30 minutes in. I'm talking about at least 10-15 minutes after half time.
No, it's more about bringing Martial on more than 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, basically.
Why did he come on last minute? They should not come on last minute.
He brought on Lingard to play that role. Now, I don't have an issue bringing Lingard on. I don't bring Lingard on to play as the number, or it would have been a false 9 or whatever it was.
Been an 8, wouldn't it?
You bring on Martial to do that, and then you can bring on Lingard XYZ in different position. Now, in terms of Donny, now you've just said it, and a few other people said he shouldn't have taken Donny off. How good or bad did you think Donny's performance was in the first half, and why would you have kept him on as opposed to taking him off?
I would have kept him on because I think we would have kept the ball better. I think which he did do. He did do. Was he outstanding? No. Did he get me off my seat and onto my feet? No, he didn't. But where a big part of keeping him on for me was the fact we don't have Scott McTominay. And this might sound silly, but he's reliable when it comes to like Scott and Fred in the middle, you know, and you could play Matic in there because Matic had to come on. He's the only one who can control the midfield. But Donny van der Beek keeps the ball moving. He retains possession very well. And it will allow us to move up the pitch, especially have Martial up there, who can actually link the play very well. So for me, I would have gone to the back three. I'm okay with the back three. I don't have an issue with that. I probably would have taken Lindelof off and put Varane on. Is what I would have done. But it wasn't just the substitutions, Neeks. It was the timing of them as well.
It was everything. It was actually everything. It's actually so hard to pinpoint the one thing that went wrong.
I said it
because
yesterday,
everything went wrong.
Like the modes. What happens when things aren't going right for Manchester United is panic mode, safety mode, limp mode, Ollie mode, and that's what happens. And that's why, for me, I'm seeing the same things happen over and over again.
Yeah, that's the problem. When we get in those situations where Ollie has to kind of take the wheel, so for want of a better phrase, things go awry. When it's a bit more, all right, we need a goal, let's bring on a striker. He brings on the striker, we get the goal. But when you have to be a bit more nuanced with your decision, all right, I'm down to 10 men. What do I do now to ensure that we're not having to defend for 65 minutes, which we ended up having to do? Now, when he brought on Matic, when Matic came on, that was the only part of the game between Matic coming on and Fred actually going off, that little period, was the only time in the game where I didn't think we were going to concede. Every minute from start to finish, even when it was 11-11, I felt we could concede at any point. We had no control of that game until Matic came on, which says there's two things it says to me. One, Ollie is not able to get this team to control a game of football, whether it's 10 or 11, in the crucial moments, unless he has the perfect players out there. Now, of course, players make systems in the sense that, you know, for example, with Klopp, he couldn't just put any old right back to do Trent's job. He needs Trent to do Trent's job.
Well, we've seen it against Norwich, didn't we, with Liverpool?
Yeah. But we look at
Zane, sorry, Neeks. Just so by the way, Zane, Klopp can't coach anybody to do anything. For Liverpool fans who need to hear that, just got to say it. Sorry.
Do you know what?
Blokes are fraud.
You know, it's a system manager, whatever. But anyway, can I give my opinion?
One second. And then Matic comes on, and from what Matic did in that game, you can see he's the only man in this team who can play defensive midfield. Whether it be Tomine, Fred, Donny, he's the only one who can take the ball off the back foot, calm everything down, and make a sensible forward pass to retain possession. Yeah. Everyone else they're just lacking. They're just absolutely lacking, and that's why all summer we were stressing we need defensive midfielder. We need defensive midfielder, and people are like, "Oh no, it doesn't matter. You can make it work with this person, that person."
We signed Ronaldo.
Yeah, you can make it work in certain games, but over the course of the season, it will get exposed, and it will get exposed at the worst possible times. Now, luckily for us, and I'll come to Zane just now, luckily for us, it's the first game of the group. Unluckily, it's the easiest game of the group, one of the easiest away to Young Boys. So it's kind of a 50-50. You're happy that happened at the first game, but why by happening against a team that you should have beat? Now we need to go and win minimum 3 and get a draw, 10 points from our last for the next 5 games. Or it's goodbye Ollie, because you cannot get knocked out of the Champions League group twice in a row with this team.
You go through, man. You go through.
I think we will go through. But
what's the point?
Well,
Seriously, what if this is gonna sound a bit crazy, but hear me out.
Yeah.
We can't play Europa League in the other.
No,
No,
but listen,
I'd rather
let me
I'd rather come from the
No
group.
way. It's not happening again.
Ronaldo cannot play in the Europa League.
Let
No
me
way.
explain my point. Let me explain. So, if we know this manager hasn't corrected his flaws or his mistakes, what's the point in going through the group stage to be knocked out straight afterwards? What's the point?
Ronaldo can't play Europa League. That's why. That's the point.
He's not playing.
He can't. That would be embarrassing. That would be so.
Wait, can I say after Zayn, innit? Wait,
Wait,
after Zayn.
has he won a Europa League?
No, he hasn't.
No, then let's give him something he hasn't won. Let's just go for it.
5 Champions League, man.
God.
You can't split the man. 5
I
Champions
bet
League.
he hasn't won a runners-up medal either.
Oh my God.
Zayn, what are you
All right.
saying?
All right, so yesterday I was getting ready for the gym. I thought, let me put the game on. As I'm getting ready for it, and I thought, yeah. And then I just could sense it. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those where I thought, should I go gym? No. I could feel something was going to happen. From time the second half started, and he done part of the bus FC, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like he tried to copy Chelsea, but he got it totally wrong. He didn't understand what Chelsea do, right? So my man did part of the bus FC, and then when that first goal went in, I thought, oh, this get interesting. I thought, you know what? I could smell it. I could smell something's going to happen here. Do you get me? Because the problem with Oli and what a lot of fans are now realizing is that tactically he's inept. Because there's moments in that game where he could have tried to control it again. And I'm no offense, right? I can understand him playing that against like a Bayern, do you know what I mean? A PSG, a proper top team on a 10-man down. But, brother, this is young boys. They scored 1 goal in the whole Champions League history. Do you get me? They're like a Swiss team. It's like, even with 10-man, you should be slapping that team a bit with the players and the quality you got. Don't worry about the pitch and all that kind of stuff. And I saw that mentality in his head where, the decisions you're making are making your own players doubt themselves. Do you get me? And you can sort of see it. They were just going deeper and deeper. There weren't no ball retention, like you said. They should have kept Donny on because one thing they were missing was they weren't keeping the ball for more than 5 seconds. They could barely string 2 passes together. Someone like Donny being in the middle with Matic, they could have, strung a few things, calm it down, and get that kind of momentum going again and get that rhythm going. And basically, you could see the pressure building. Oh, fuck, we can't do nothing there. And they just bottled it because Oli wasn't giving them no. Do you know what I mean? Like someone should be like shouting from the pitch, going, push up, what out? Do you know what I mean? Like Bruno was the only one I think who was doing that, wasn't he? Just shouting them to push up. So you can sort of see it happening. Man. Yeah, you can sort of see it happening. And I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I was thinking, oh well, damn, I'm gonna be late to the gym now because it's gonna be like 10 o'clock. I'm going to the gym. I'm like, oh fuck it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what a waste of time. And then the magic happened. Do you get me? The pressure got to them. Like, come on, 45 minutes of parking the bus. It does take a toll, and then obviously Lingard is not a centre midfielder or whatever, really, is he? That's not his position. He's more of an attacking kind of player.
But the thing is, the moment
you trust him to control that ball now, and then obviously.
But the moment we conceded that the winner, as it was, that was the time when we had control. Like we actually had the ball, we passed it around a bit, and then we probably passed it back. Oh, that was a dagger. Because I could, 10 men, first game of the group, you take the 1-1 away from home and you keep it moving.
Yeah, just to finish it off though, it highlights because I think after this season, Oli got no more excuses. He's got the squad to deliver on something.
He's got no excuses this season.
Not
after this season.
No, but I'm saying this season he's got to deliver, right? Because there's no excuses now, right? He's got everything. To get me right. Forget the DM. That's a minor story, right? That's just what I mean. But I think what it highlights to a lot of people who've been saying Oli out for a while is that. Yes, he's done a lot of good stuff to get that spirit back in the club and all that because it was broken. But if you ever want to win something again, he's not the guy. No. And what I'm secretly hoping as a rival is that all the good managers get snapped up that are available. So by the time you make that decision, you got to stick with him for another year.
We'll take Klopp from you.
Zayn, I'm telling you, when Oli gets sacked, Liverpool are fucked.
Mate, like I said,
again. You're not winning the league again.
All of that, that's what I'm saying. Right, Chelsea are doing something. I know at the moment.
When Man United get a top manager coming,
exactly.
Wait, can I?
I'm going to come to dangerous. But you ain't got the manager, so I'm secretly hoping he stays for another year, and then you miss the boat. That's it.
Zay, I'm going to come to Joshua. Go on.
So I've heard a couple things here. Zayn was saying that he thinks Ollie's tactically inept. I do disagree with that one because I've seen Ollie in the big games against your what's it called? Even in the PSG, against Chelsea's, against your Man Cities. The guy does have tactical now, so I totally disagree with that one. I do understand when people have reservations about him, about can he take you to the next step? Because he's shown it in like the semi-finals and the finals. Maybe he isn't the guy to lead you, but I do think he is a good manager. But in terms of your personnel, so I didn't watch the game, but one thing I began to slowly realize is the importance of McTominay. I don't even rate McTominay, but one thing that McTominay gives you is that safety on the ball that someone like even Pogba doesn't give you. Pogba isn't necessarily press resistant, especially in that double pivot position. Yeah. Neither is Fred. We've seen that Fred is not technically good on the ball. Matic is the DM, but obviously at 32, he doesn't have the intensity and the legs to play twice a week. Yeah. So if you're being honest, United's best double pivot is actually Matic and McTominay. But the issue is if McTominay is not fit, then United have the issue. And that's where United don't keep the ball that well because you got players like Bruno, players like Pogba that their ball retention isn't the best. They're final third players and you don't necessarily want them to be deeper to kind of dictate the play for you. So I think that's the main issue with United. I think if they have McTominay fit for most of the season, I think they will do a lot better. Whether it's going to be enough to win them the trophies, I don't know. That's the only thing with Ollie is it's not even about him tactically. It's about can he just take them to the next step. That's it. Just the little things. I don't know.
And I think because of one second.
You think about PSG and all
one second. Because of all the times that we have failed in those moments, Champions League semi-finals, it's harder and harder to get over it. Every time you get back to that moment, you remember where you failed already. And as Zayn was saying earlier, is Ollie kind of sending the right message, even whether it be tactically in terms of how I want you to play, the substitutions he makes, to give the players a confidence to say, yeah, we are going to go win this game? Or does his decisions off the field, do they have a negative impact on the players on the field? And so far, you have to say in those moments, it's having a negative impact. Because you bring on Martial, you think, yeah, that should be a positive decision. But we were worse. We got worse.
Neeks, it's not a positive decision to bring on Martial at like 82 minutes, whatever it was. It's not. It's not. And there's bigger problems there. There's a mentality problem. How can you not retain the ball or be aggressive enough to win it back at Manchester United when you have Varane behind you, you know, Ronaldo in your squad? You said the worst bit was conceding that goal when we were actually keeping the ball a bit better. That's not true. The worst bit was conceding that goal and the camera panning to Bruno, Ronaldo, Sancho, and Van der Beek sat on the bench. That was the worst bit.
Do you know what? And that's true because let's be honest, players themselves know which players are dead in the squad, right? You know, it's a squad. You know, you have a squad for a team, but if you're all played in a team, you know who your dead players are in your squad. Do you know what I mean? And if you're thinking, oh my days, what's he going to do?
And you know what? That's even another player that we're talking about, Wan-Bissaka, who's poor on the ball as well. And I think that's one thing people need to deep as well with Liverpool. When you look at Liverpool play a very high pressing system, even though the last couple of years they've kind of slowed down. One thing people never gave credit to was Liverpool's midfield, that they can actually retain the ball. People like Ronaldo and Fabinho and Henderson, they actually control the ball retention. And that's the thing, because you were saying that we can't control the game from a United perspective. It's because if you win the ball back, you lose it straight away, then you're trying to win the ball back. You're continually to exert so much energy where you cannot sustain that pressure, innit? So that's the issue of United. This is why I'm saying that someone like McTominay and Matic is probably your best double pivot, but Matic can't stay fit for the whole season.
Can I go back on one point you made earlier about Ollie has proved it against PSG and all those in their games. From my recollection, was it a moment of magic from like Rashford or something?
No,
do you know what I mean? When they scored a free kick,
in most big games, a moment of magic.
It wasn't like you were like pop all over them.
No, we were the better side away to PSG in the Champions League, just gone. We started as a five at the back. and we were creating a better chances. Then he brought on Pogba off the bench. We changed to a diamond, and Rashford got the winner. So that was a tactical masterclass. That was no, it was.
And
It
so
was.
I think
It was factually. The Man City game last season at the Etihad where we won. Was it 2-0?
2-0, yeah.
Luke Shaw scoring the second goal. That was another brilliant tactical game. Like, it's not that the guy is tactically inept, but as you said, in those moments, that's when the good managers separate from the great managers, separate from the best managers. And Oli hasn't proved that he's a great or one of the best managers. But I think he's done enough to say, yeah, he's a good manager. But at Man United, you need more than good. Jerry,
that's
right.
right.
What are you saying about then? Are you Oli out or in? Because I wasn't quite sure.
This part I'm going to talk
me,
about.
I'm not Oli out. I already said.
Zane, this one we'll talk about Oli, yeah. But one thing about the DM part, yeah. Matches. When I looked at the line, I was a bit iffy. I was a bit still concerned when I looked at the line yesterday. Because I don't like seeing Fred and Van de Beek together. I don't want to see that ever again, yeah. And the reason why he needs that Matches, because Matches is 33, yeah, and he can't play 5 games a week. He can only play like
Jerry, that's bollocks. I can tell you that's bollocks. I'm 33 next year and I can run. I'm sorry, I'm not having
Matches, his legs are gone, and that's why we need a DM. And plus, that's why we need McTominay back as quick as possible, yeah. And of Oli, yeah, Oli's got back to him. Everyone say he's got back. He got Ronaldo, Sancho, and
Ronaldo.
No, listen. And plus, we have a super team, yeah. Oli has no excuse. I need to see him win big trophies, Champions League or Premier League, yeah. If he doesn't do that, yeah, I have to be Oli out. Like, if I
you might as well be Oli out right now.
If I be Oli, yeah, fuck
you might as well get it done.
Yeah, I'll be still be Oli out.
But listen.
I disagree about match because I'm 46 soon, and I feel the fittest and strongest I've ever been my whole life.
You're not. Listen,
young boys. All I'm gonna say is,
young boys
it's
will run
nonsense,
rings
bro.
around you.
It's nonsense. Look after yourself.
Young boys will run rings around you. Young boys, old boys.
No, but I'm talking about match, not playing more than 1 game a week or whatever Jerry's trying to say.
No, I think Matic didn't play that game because of.
Sorry, Indiana. Sorry.
We're
talking about Matic. He's playing professional football. You're skipping gym to watch Matic play professional football.
No, I still went gym. I still went gym after, bro. I still went gym at 10 o'clock at night, bro.
I'm totally in.
I think a big part of Matic not playing was actually the pitch, that artificial pitch, because the sort of injuries that he's been picking up lately, those pitches are not good for you. They're really bad.
That's why they took Ronaldo off early as well.
And I think without having McTominay, as well, Matic is needed for the Premier League games. Yeah. That, this is a side that we should have beat quite comfortably, really, taking nothing away from young boys. But you have Ronaldo on the pitch, you've got Donny van der Beek, Bruno, Pogba. Sancho, Pogba. Like we shouldn't be struggling, even if you have got Wan-Bissaka attacks. You should still.
So asking you guys about when's McTominay coming back? Because obviously I feel he'll improve the team again.
Who?
McTominay, I don't even know when he's back.
I don't know. He has surgery. I think he's coming back in October. Rashford's got to come back in November.
Maybe after the next international break. I don't know. Yeah, we've got the big games coming up after the international break, so we're definitely going to need that McFred pivot for those games.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think we'll have it. I think the minute Rashford is fit, he comes back in.
And
Pogba goes into midfield.
The one get dropped to.
Looking at the other game from yesterday, before we chat about the Chelsea one, as we've got a couple of 3 Chelsea fans here. Sevilla drew 1-1 with Salzburg. Dynamo Kiev with 0-0 with Benfica. Villarreal 2-2 with Atalanta, which is in Man United's group, so it's not a bad result considering our result. Lille drew 0-0 with Wolfsburg. Juve beat Malmo 3-0. They're 3-0 for half time, actually, in that game. And Bayern battered Barca.
Wow.
Before I come to the Chelsea fans to talk about Chelsea, Indiana, I don't know, did you watch the Bayern Barca game?
I did.
I did. Barca finished.
Well.
Lewandowski, man. This guy is next level. By the way, Jerry, have you checked his age? Just to say, like
that's different.
Why is it different?
No. It's
No,
different.
no. Normally you go
Because
further
he's got
back.
and plus he has runners run. He has Son and Gnabry run. That's why he's able to do well. I'm
I
really
think
behind him.
Matic has got Fred, but let's get away from United. Anyway, my point is that Lewandowski, for me, he just seems to get better and better. The more, like, his game's never been about pace, really. Like, he's just an intelligent footballer, instinctive finisher. And Neeks, you know how I feel about strikers. I love strikers. Like, I just love them. And he is the ultimate striker right now. He's just incredible, outstanding. His movement, the way he links the ball, his finishing, like, he's next level. No wonder he wants to leave, because he can go wherever he wants. He's going to get a big pay packet. You know, if you're Man City, you go and buy him.
No,
Forget Haaland, you go and buy Lewandowski. Go get him.
do you know what? I said that to people. I said that to
If
people.
Lewandowski went to Man City, they won the league.
No. I want Liverpool to get Lewandowski if in January or the new summer, because like you said, you can see the quality he's got, man. Do you know what I mean? Even in the England-Poland game, do you get me? He was a beast, bro. Do you know what I mean? He was just, do you know what I mean? And people just, I don't know, disrespect him. I don't know why. He got robbed of the Ballon d'Or last time, and he better not get robbed of it again.
I know, he better win it this year.
He has to win Champions League, though. If he wins Champions League, gets it.
And people need to stop comparing him to Kane.
Yeah, that's a disrespect to Lewandowski.
Kane's good, but nah, he's not better than Lewandowski. No way.
Fatah.
Yeah.
Chelsea. Big Rom came up with the goods once again. I mean, champions of Europe started with a win. You must be happy, innit?
Yeah, so I don't think we had a good performance yesterday. I was there in that game as well, unfortunately. But I feel like something's really not quite right in that first half. Some of the hospital passes, Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech link up. I'm not going to see it ever again in my life. Those two were absolutely dreadful yesterday. Ziyech were non-existent at times. Mason Mount, look, I love Mason Mount to death. Don't get me wrong. Everyone had the right to criticize Mason Mount because I thought he was questionable at times in that end product. I felt sorry for Lukaku in that first half because he was so isolated at times, you know. But I think yesterday's second half, Tuchel kind of tweaked something up. He brought on Ziyech. He brought off Ziyech and bring on Kai Havertz on. And then there's a bit of chemistry with those two. And yeah, man, luckily we got that goal. I feel like if Zenit had the critical striker, we could have been like easily 3-1 down. But I think you have to give the credit to the defensive guys like Rudiger and Christensen, because those two guys kept a clean sheet, and yeah, we got a W in the first match today.
So what are you saying about Mount? You saying he's not the real Money Mace? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm not Johnny. Come on, man. I'm not Johnny. You can talk to Johnny about Money Mace.
I don't get the fuss about Mount myself, bro. I don't see it, man. He's a good energy, you know, got good energy, runs around, does a bit in that. But
Zane, who's better, Mount or Harvey Elliott?
Elliott's got better potential.
Neeks, remember when we used to say all this about Jesse Lingard when he was younger?
I was like, oh, dog.
They're not even the same.
No, but the thing is, Jesse Lingard is actually good because he went to West Ham and he done his thing. It's just Ollie's the problem. It's not.
Wait, so Jesse Lingard's better than Mount?
No. I'm not saying that.
This isn't
I'm just saying that the problem is Manchester United and Ollie.
So we can't win the league then.
No, you can.
Wait. How can Ollie be the problem and we win the league?
No, because he just doesn't work well under Ollie, but he still can win the league.
But how come he scored last game then in Newcastle? The last goal.
No, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, everyone has this thing. Every rival has this thing. It's like, oh, I don't see the hype in Mason. I don't see the hype in Minamino.
I mean, Minamino.
But Liverpool fans gas him up.
No, real talk.
Liverpool fans gas him up. This is the problem.
Klopp doesn't see the hype.
This is the problem.
Klopp doesn't see the hype in Minamino either.
No, but this is the point but this is the point that I'm making. Like, rival fans will gas up their own players, yes, and then underrate rival players, and I expect that. If I heard a Liverpool fan here saying, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, Mount is actually sick," blah blah, then there's a problem.
Look, Jay,
Like, I don't expect you to
think
say.
Foden's sick.
Can I say something on this? Right? It's
I
just that
like
but
Foden.
if
I
they
love
play the
Foden.
same amount of games, then
I
you
don't
can do a
think you should
comparison,
be saying
right?
that.
Like you can say Jota and Werner, you can compare them to. They did. Jota got injured, but they had a good season last year. Both of them. Well, not Werner.
No,
but
no, you
can
can't
you can
compare.
compare the
Listen.
two, can't you?
No,
Who
no.
was the better player?
all
Jota
I'm-
or
all-
Jota
Werner?
is clear.
Jota who? Wait, Jota who?
Werner.
Jota.
Jota is clear of Werner.
Jota.
Yeah, exactly, Jay, and that's what I'm saying. You can say that because you've seen enough of them. You have not seen Minamino properly. He's in the basement, bro.
I already talking about
So,
Minamino, bro.
until
This
you
guy
get
don't even
this
play
is
Minamino.
the, but this is, but you see, this is the point that I'm making. This is the point that I'm making. This is exactly the point that I'm making. Why are you man gassing up Minamino? You wanna talk about Chelsea fan to gassing up Mount? Look at you right now, backing Minamino.
All I'm saying is I like to see the brother play. I'm not gassing him up. I'm just saying I would like to see the brother play.
You're proving my point.
No, you're not, because like I said, I've got an issue with Mane playing.
Is
when he's playing
Minamino
like dog shit.
is Minamino Nang? Is he sick?
I don't know, because he hasn't a chance to play. So
okay.
give the brother 5 games in a row,
okay.
Mane's had like hot 1.5 seasons, and then come back to me because Mane ain't doing the output. Do you get me? Mane's got the output. So my problem is if someone's not performing, why are you still playing them, brother? Do you get me? Put someone else in. If he doesn't perform, no harm done, because the other guy weren't performing, so you ain't lost nothing. Do you get me? But at least give someone else 5 games, bro.
I'm gonna bring it back to the Chelsea game. That game was awful. It was boring. And I gotta give credit to what's the name of the team? It's gone from me.
Zenit.
Zenit. I gotta give it to them because they came out there with a game plan and they stuck to it, and they almost got the result that they were looking for. They almost got it, and they came with their game plan and they stuck to it, and it nullified things a bit. Tuchel made some changes half time, and then there was a bit of a change, but it wasn't. They still stuck to their plan and it worked. Glad to finally see Chilwell on the field. Alonso, I don't want him. I don't care. He looks like he's in form.
Whoa.
I don't want him on the pitch.
Alonso.
He has been good for the past 4
Don't want him on the pitch.
I like
Okay.
Alonso.
Chilwell has been better when he was
but
saved.
He's like the
He's better.
7th
How come
best
we're
left
getting
back
better
in
You know,
the
this
league, man.
season, fam?
Tuchel trying to ease Chilwell in. You know what happened?
Yeah, listen,
with Chilwell?
I'm okay with that. If that's what it is, then that's okay. But I'm not gonna see Alonso play for all
Nah, man.
38
Alonso's
games.
At
got
the moment,
bro.
left wing back. I'm not. Still Marcus Alonso. Left
Yeah,
wing back.
man.
Yeah, Alonso's got
Nah,
output, proven
not
output.
for me.
Alonso has proven output, bro.
So
What's
proven
Chilwell done?
output. He got dropped. He got dropped when Tuchel came in. Yes,
And now he
Chilwell
plays.
dropped for a couple games and then brought in because Alonso fell off. Because Alonso ain't it.
Well,
And it's
Chilwell
okay
wasn't
because
it either.
no, he ain't it. And you know why I'm not gonna accept anything else from all of you, man? Because the grass looks green on the other side. So you man will look at him and be like, "Oh, he's so good." He's not.
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
Okay, the grass always looks green on the other side.
Who's not
He
good?
was kicking
Chilwell?
in the second half.
Chilwell.
Nah,
Yeah.
Alonso's
Alonso
not that
was
good,
looking
man.
serious
Alonso.
in the second half.
Well, Alonso's
against
the
Liverpool.
Listen, the ball, it looks greener on the other side. So you might be like, yeah, Alonso. No, he is not. Week in, week out, he is not. You man just see the hot takes on BBC Match of the Day. Like he's
No,
not.
I watch him. I've always
He's
liked
the
Alonso.
reason why. He's the reason why Liverpool scored against us. Anytime any kind of errors happen, it's through him. It's
Nah,
happened.
it's not that deep. But the thing with Alonso, yeah, is that because he's got good goal scoring instincts, yeah, that people think he's good going forward. He's not good going forward. He can't dribble. He's not very good at passing. He has no pace. All he has, he'll get you an odd goal, a good free kick taken, but in my opinion, he's very limited. He's actually
crosser.
quite decent defensively.
But Josh, he's very effective as a left wing back, as he's proved.
Yeah.
He'll just get you a goal. He's not effective, man.
No,
Goals really just mask up people's
Chilwell
opinions.
was better when he came
Yeah,
in.
Chilwell overall was a better player
Can
than
you
him.
answer this? Then?
Chilwell
Can you
was
guys,
better when he came in,
seriously,
man.
can you guys answer this about Alonso? Every time he's dropped from the team, Chelsea don't do nothing. Then they put him back in.
They won the
So
Champions
stop
League
it.
without him.
This is what I mean.
They won
This
the
is what I
Champions League without
mean.
him.
You do not
Isn't that
watch.
true?
You do not watch You do not watch him week in, week out. He's dropped, and he has been consistently dropped. He just came back now for God knows what reason, and I hope that it's just because he's giving Chilwell some time, because it ain't it. Alonso ain't it.
All right, so if Chelsea have a dip in form and Chilwell's in the team,
And it won't be because of, I can tell you, if the dip in
No
form will not be
coincidence.
Alonso.
Oh, so
If
if
they-
the only person
Oh,
that's changed
I'm not having this.
is
I'm not
Chilwell
having this.
and Alonso's gone out, and suddenly you got like this a bit. It's nothing to do with it. It's no coincidence that one player's been changed
So
around.
Chilwell's gonna come in. Chilwell's gonna come in, and a dip in form.
Jay, we
is
had
going to be
to
because of
Chilwell
Chilwell.
in. That's the issue. You know what happened in the summer after the Euros? He had mental issues. And then
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's what I
something
said.
doesn't add up
I'm
and-
okay. Yeah, I was
No,
reading all
he's-
that, and like I said, I'm okay with him coming back in slowly. And if Alonso is the only other option right now, and it is what it is. But once Chilwell is okay and better back mentally, Alonso got to go. The man should even be in prison anyway. I don't understand why he's still touching
Jay,
pitch.
what about
If
Emerson?
I'm telling you from now, if I knocked over someone, I'm going prison. I'm going prison. Why is he not allowed?
Hey,
Why is he
chill,
not in
chill,
prison?
chill, chill, chill,
Nah,
chill,
nah,
chill,
nah,
chill.
nah,
What about Emerson, Jay?
Nah,
Emerson.
he needs to get far away from the
Is
team. I'm
Emerson still
chill.
there? Didn't
Why
Emerson
do you
get
hate
loaned
Yeah,
your
he
out?
own
went to
players
Lyon.
so much?
Went to Lyon.
I'm not even
Oh, it's gone
on
now.
this level with
Oh.
Martial, Neeks. You come at me for Martial. Look how much this man hates his own
Listen,
player.
don't let me get me started on
Indiana,
Martial.
Indiana, he hates
No,
Martial
no,
as well.
don't talk. I only
Don't let me
two
get
peas in a
started on
pod.
Martial.
He hates
Martial's
Martial.
dead, man. The game
Why
out.
do you hate Martial? You're not even a United fan.
I don't hate him, but people just they say Martial is the truth. He's everything. I'm like, no, the guy's not. And here we are. Here
I'm
we
with
are.
you.
Here
I'm with
we
you.
are.
Yeah, no,
You're
I
wrong
left
Here
about
we are.
Alonso, by
I'm
the way,
like,
but I'm with
I
you
keep
with
saying,
Martial.
nah. It's just the guy was. And
He's
here
not
we
a
are.
striker,
Here we
right?
are. Here we are.
He doesn't think he's a
love
player, let
people
alone a
who
striker.
man.
Two peas in a
Here
pod,
we are.
you the two of you. Two peas in a pod.
Here we are.
We need our own show. I'm
No,
just
but real
Martial
talk
agenda.
though. What's going on with this Mount slander that I'm hearing? What's going on with Mason Mount? What's the slander?
And that's another thing.
No, it's not
He-
much.
Monopoly
and it's
money,
okay.
We're
It's
not
all right.
slandering Mason Mount.
It's
We're
not
just
much.
It's okay.
the
Oh,
guy.
one
You know
second,
what?
sorry,
I don't
one second,
mind.
One second, Javier.
I don't mind when he
No,
gets.
honestly, about Mason Mount, let's be honest, because I didn't watch the game yesterday. Why didn't I watch it? Because I was watching the Barca game.
No, he was us. He was
Oh, yeah, I
us.
heard he was awful yesterday.
He was
Him
us.
and
But
Ziyech.
listen, he was asked, but the reason why I would say is because man like prime. The only reason why I say
The mass.
the only reason why I would say he was asked is mainly because Zenit came out with a game plan and they stuck to it well, and I gotta give them credit for that. But I don't think Mount is overall trash. He was bad that game, but he's not overall trash like everyone says he is, in my
I
opinion.
think he's an average utility player because even in the final, Euros, what was he doing, bro? We're just running around.
No, he's
Do you
not
know what I mean?
average, man. He's not.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
had to
good
come off
player,
that.
but
He has to come off.
he's not a superstar, but he's a good player in my opinion.
No, but the way people
Yeah,
talk
of course.
about him, like, oh yeah, he's the next coming. I'm like,
He's
I don't
James
see it,
Milner,
bro.
man.
I don't know what
No,
I'm
I
missing.
don't
I
know
don't know what
why.
I'm missing with him, bro.
He's James
And
Milner.
you know what? And you can keep missing whatever you're missing. That's fine by me. Keep missing it.
I'm looking for output,
Keep
bro. That's
missing
it. Facts, man. That's it. Output.
and he has that output. He has it.
Laddie, Mr. Laddie.
Champions League final.
No one looking
Barry.
behind you.
It's
It's
Barry.
you I'm talking to. You with the
Barry. It's
Champions
Barry.
League
Someone else,
final.
Neeks, is there someone else in your room?
Why can't Cho replace Mason Mount?
You're having, I think that's two different conversations to have. I think
No,
Mount
it's
should-
one conversation, one question.
No, but no, it's two. Cho is not consistent enough. He's got the talent, supposedly, but whenever he gets his opportunity, he never grabs it.
No, ain't good enough.
Wait,
full stop.
man, wait, let me.
But go
However,
on.
when you're talking
Laddie.
about Mount in big games is, he's brilliant. He'll do all the hard work and then he'll probably pop up with a goal or an assist or something. But consistently, when you have to play, against the lesser sides, against low blocks, he is more often than not useless. His his passing and decision making in the final third is average, just about. And I get that he's.
Does he get a pass from a lot of Chelsea fans because he's like a academy product? And I understand if he does, because it when you see someone come up through the academy, Cool, Jerry. I think, yeah, coming through the academy, and all that, you want to see your own players come through, and I get it. You know, we've had it with the likes of Lingard, we have it with Rashford, Greenwood. You always have a slight bias towards them, which is fair enough and accept as a fan. But do you think that maybe the time has come for maybe he needs to get dropped or rested or rotated more than he has been both under Lampard and
is that Mount you're talking about?
Mount should definitely get dropped. He's played so he was at Vitesse for 2 seasons, played basically all the time. At Derby with Lampard, he played all the time. Lampard's first season, he played all the time. Last season with Lampard, he played all the time. Under Tuchel, he's been playing the vast majority of the time. Went to England and played basically every game, minus I think the Germany one, was it, when he was missing? And then he doesn't get a preseason and comes straight into the team. He's going to get burned out, and then he's going to get injured. Yeah. And Chelsea fans will get on his back even more when he's playing even worse than he is right now. I think he needs a rest for his own good. And I don't have love or sympathy for young academy players. Because just because you're from my club doesn't mean I have to love you. You have to prove, for me, something that is worth hyping up about or gassing about. A lot of these young players that come through, until you prove me otherwise, you're just another average player. Because it's easy for anyone to bang goals at the youth level. Playing men's football is different.
Can I ask you a question about why Cho wasn't allowed to go on loan? Because look at Harvey Elliott. He had a good loan spell at Blackburn where the manager played him right and actually get him used to, like you said, playing men's football. Because men's football is different than academy football, right? Because it's not the same thing. Right?
Yeah, I have to say,
why did he do that?
The under 23s is crap. You cannot develop, and I think getting rid of reserve football is one of the worst things that's happened. Yeah. Maybe they did it to improve the loan market, but clubs need to then utilize the loan market, because going straight from under 23s into Premier League football, the step is too big. It's like going from GCSE to university, like without going college or sixth form, A levels, B. Like you will sink. Some people can do it, but majority of you will sink if you don't get that experience. But yeah, go on.
So why they letting Cho? It's almost like they're setting Cho up to fail. Then, do you get me? It's like we all know he needs to go to a lower league.
Maybe Tuchel has something for him, because Pulisic is always on
the bench.
Pulisic is always in the hospital. Pulisic is always in the hospital. Ziyech is crap. He's literally a pre-season wanderer. Literally it. He bangs in pre-season, bucks out, and then nowhere to be seen all season.
The Moroccan
I think with Callum, look, we were trying to bring in our right wing back in the summer. We couldn't get Hakimi, and we were linked with Traore. I think if we had brought in someone, Callum would have went out on loan. But I think a lot of this love that Chelsea fans have for Callum, because he's talented, has to stop. When he's been giving his chances, he doesn't take them. And this whole talk of him playing out of position, me personally, I don't really care. I've seen young players excel playing out of position. Like who had to play left back when he's a right winger.
Who was that? Who was that playing left back?
Man United playing as a striker.
Sorry, Prime.
Right now is playing right wing. I don't care.
Prime.
This is not playing his position.
Sorry, Prime. Who was that playing left back?
What?
You said who playing left back?
Saka.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, playing left back, playing left wing back when he's a right winger. I don't care for the excuses, because if he can't do that, then that to me shows then maybe he's just not as good as Saka.
And you know what the funny thing is? I want to add to what Prime, just real quick, to add on to what Prime's. I kind of agree, because right wing back is literally just it's literally a right winger, just that you have to run back a bit, and it's just literally it. Like I agree with Prime there. So
a right wing back.
Huh?
No, so he's a right winger. You have to run back a bit. I was like, right wing back.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. So I agree with Prime in that case. Like, all it is just it's just a fancy way of just saying you have to run back.
Exactly.
That's it. It's just a fancy way of saying you have to run back.
Most of the time when he's played right wing back, it's against lesser sides. So there's not much. How much defending is he actually doing? And he's also played with Aspie, who plays right centre back. Like, I'm not hearing these excuses because when he plays his power back forward line, he doesn't do anything. And also, his in-game management is
That is arse,
shocking.
man. His game is he's
Mount
arse.
plays.
Like, he's arse.
I get why Mount plays. Mount has will adhere and follow through a manager's tactical instructions the best of his ability. I understand why someone like Mount plays, or someone like, say, McTominay or Henderson plays, who are not as, they're not technically great like someone like a Foden or a Grealish or whatever, but they'll follow what the manager wants to do perfectly. Callum won't do that. Under Sarri, it took him half a season to break through because he wasn't doing what Sarri wanted him to do. With Lampard barely played him because he's young and naive, and he's not going to help out, defensively and everything. With Tuchel, it's the same thing. You need to stay and you need to learn. This love of just playing these young players that are talented has to die off. Pep at City with Foden. I remember 2 seasons ago when the season before the Euros was actually supposed to take place. I remember pundits saying Foden has to leave, go to Crystal Palace on loan for a season so he can actually play and break into the England team. Because Pep's not playing him. Yeah. Because Pep is stupid and doesn't know what he's doing, and he's ruining a young English talent. Whereas Pep actually knows what he's doing. He's been developing him since Pep's got there, and now last season you saw a breakthrough with Foden. Yeah. And even with all of that brilliance he did last season, he's still not starting in the City team right now because he still needs to learn and develop. Why force players to push through? This is how
coming back from injury.
Teams. This is how English teams and English fans, especially, you kill off all your young talent. Theo Walcott, you've killed off. Wayne Rooney burnt out by the age of 32. Michael Owen burnt out with injuries. Just let them grow and develop.
Like the likes of Kevin Doyle and Robbie Keane.
Okay, well, I'm not Irish. So
no, I'm joking.
Don't disrespect Robbie Keane either.
I'm not Robbie. That celebration. That celebration's classic. I can't do all the Nani acrobatics. So I do my little cartwheel and roly poly.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Nani's clear a hazard before anyone tells me. 12.
Nani has a Champions League.
12 hazard 6. That's just.
What's your thoughts on this Cho Mount debate?
I'm not really on the Cho Mount debate, but what's it called? Respect Mount's technical ability. He's actually quite technically gifted. Obviously, he's not amazing, but he's still technically gifted. But with Cho, I feel like there's no consistent game time for him with youngsters. And I always say this with players, how can you expect consistency from inconsistent minutes? It doesn't mash together. And we've seen players like Pulisic, Ziyech not out all the time, and Havertz, players that they don't consistently perform well, but they're given minutes because obviously they got the price tag on them. So they got that security that even if they don't perform well in one game, they're going to come back because obviously it's business, isn't it? If you invest a lot in something, you're going to try and give as much time as you can. Someone like Callum doesn't have that clout behind him. But I agree with what Prime's saying, that you don't need to force all these young players in. If you're not willing to give them opportunity, then let them go off and develop themselves. So I wasn't really against him going to Dortmund because the guy's not getting his opportunities, and if Chelsea don't want to give it to him, then it is what it is, isn't it? But I do think he's a very talented player.
And to back up that point, look at Bellingham, look at Sancho. They've all gone to another club and got their minutes. And suddenly they've developed and moved on. Do you know what I mean?
Not hearing that. Germany's a waste of space.
I'm not hearing that. No. I know.
Germany's a waste of space.
No, I rate the Bundesliga. Don't do that. I'm not hearing that.
No, I do not rate it.
Because you know the season Sancho left. Oh no, I think he left in January or something. But the first season he actually had, and he was killing it. I think the season after, Reece Nelson went there as well, and he flopped. So I'm not hearing just these English players go to Germany and you flourish. A lot of you guys will die off because you're not that good in reality.
No, but you find out though, don't you? You find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Let him go and find out, because if you can't cut it over there,
if you can't bang in the Bundesliga, in the Bayern's league,
you're probably not going to cut in the Premier League. So until Cho gets that opportunity, the questions are going to remain. And I think there comes a point where it's the time for questions are over. We need to know, can you deliver or not? And at Chelsea, he literally has to come on, And I get it, cool. At Chelsea, if you don't make the impact immediately, you're not going to play. Lukaku suffered for it. Salah suffered for it. KDB suffered for it.
Yeah.
But all of them had to go away, prove, develop themselves, and KDB's come back to the Premier League. Salah's come back, and Lukaku. Cho has to leave. If
But he doesn't. Maybe, but why does he have to? Like, how has the world changed? I remember when I was growing up. You're
still growing up, mate. You're still growing up.
You're still growing up.
Even if you're getting 10, 15 minutes off the bench, you're only playing in Carabao Cup games. You have to earn your position in the team.
Yeah, no, I don't. I heard that, and I don't blame Tuchel for not playing him, because obviously whatever he's doing in training or off the bench isn't enough for Tuchel to say, yeah, I'm gonna start him. But I think if he's not doing enough to start at Chelsea, what's he doing there? What's he doing there? You might as well go out and either go to a club where you are good enough to start, or go away and prove, and Chelsea can say, okay, maybe he has got more than what he was showing. Maybe he just needed a run of games. Maybe he needed a bit more confidence. Whatever it might be, I don't know. Maybe he's lacking a bit of confidence, and a few games, even a half a season elsewhere, might just give him the confidence that he needs in it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting with this?
Blame that we didn't give him a proper loan because he'll have a bad season. I know. I don't. This guy's talented, but he's not serious. Like,
I mean, fans will always do whatever they will to protect their players. But no, one thing I wanted to say is that it's interesting what Prime was saying, because it kind of goes into what Mourinho was saying about player development nowadays, where players almost expect to be given assurances about their places nowadays. And the thing about it, I can see both sides, and I do agree players need to earn their right to almost be given the opportunity. But I also see the other side in terms of, like, if a club is always signing new expensive toys in that sense, where's my opportunity, sort of thing? As much as, yeah, you have to earn your place, but if you're buying someone for 50, 60 million, that player is going to have a certain level of assurances that they're going to be given a place. So it's kind of like, it's two-sided. Like, so I guess for Cho, you probably do have to leave because you don't have the clout to demand for this place in the squad, really.
Well, is it so in the same way of how, for example, when Martial first came to United and he played well, and then you guys bought Zlatan, and then he just stopped working hard and he fell off again, and Zlatan left and Martial played well again, and then like this whole inconsistency thing because he doesn't like being challenged. Why don't players like being challenged? You have
because they're weak. Because they're weak.
I remember with Chelsea, great as Lampard was, we still had the likes of Ballack and Essien, and he had to fight for his place. People complain about Chelsea's lack of strikers being successful. A lot of that is due to the fact of the majority of them had to compete with Drogba, and he earned his spot every time.
But Drogba was always given that assurance that he was still the main guy. Even when they bought Shevchenko, Mourinho still played both of them together. So it wasn't a thing where Drogba was on the bench and he had to just miraculously come out of nowhere. Mourinho still loved Drogba. Like, this is the thing that people also need to deep. If you have the manager's trust, the manager is not just going to drop you out of nowhere. And this is why it comes to clout as well. So there's so many different things. Like, there's so many different variables. Like, there's not really one way to look at it, in my opinion.
One thing I'm saying is, right, the players are not the same. They're not robots. They're all different individuals, different characteristics. There's a lot of politics, a lot of favoritism goes on. All I'd say is the serious players who really want to make it as best as they can do, they will force a move out and think, you know what, I've done this, I'm off. I'm going to go somewhere else, get my game time and show people how good I am. And that's it, right? So with Cho, has he got it in him to say, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere and just start again and out of business because I know I'm good? Does he believe in himself? I'm not sure, because
he has,
we've seen it other players do that. They force the move at, you know what, I'm not getting no time here. I need to be playing. I'm too good not to be playing. And they go off, develop, and then, clubs go back and pay shitloads of money later. So that's really comes down to is that mentality and drive. You can't say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Drogba did it and he's a GOAT because he had that mentality, that elite mentality that, no, I don't care who comes in, I'm the man. And I'll work hard and I will make that man know I'm the man in this place. You get me? You know, and that's people are different. You know, you see that in work as well. Certain people carrying on, you know, like killers. Certain people don't. It's not a bad thing. Not everyone can be the best, because if it was that easy, we'd all be the best. Do you know what I mean? It is a certain mind mentality that's quite unique to individuals, and people got to understand, if you're good enough or you think you're good enough, prove it, brother. Go off. If you think you're that good, you can go anywhere, start again, and you'll soon make it. Do you get me? I ain't never seen a shit player, a great player, not prove it somewhere else, and then people come back. Look, Pogba got bought back from Man U. Lukaku got bought back. Look at KDB. You know, he flopped. Salah, blah, blah, blah. There's so many examples where maybe at the time they came to a place, it just was the right situation, and mentally they weren't in that place. But maybe after they felt that rejection, like, raw, I'm not that good as I thought of. What do? Roll their sleeves up and put the work in, benched or whatever they need to do, and they come back stronger. And that's what separates the great players from the average, you know, making a living or happy to be on the bench. And, you know, and that's the fact. So Cho has got to step up.
I don't think Cho has even got any of those, because I look at him when he plays and I don't see it. I don't see what everyone is screaming for from Cho. Like, it's just not there. I just don't see it.
I did, though.
One second, Prime. Go on, Indiana.
The big thing for me is
it's just
and you've mentioned it already about consistency. So if you're not consistently playing the guy, how can you put him on this level? How can you do that? You haven't seen enough from him. I don't get it. In fact, KJ and Prime, I think it was after the terrace, but were both interrogating me as to why I didn't think Cho was good enough. And for me, I don't care how old you are.
Why is he good enough?
Yeah, this is my point. I don't care how old you are. If you're good enough, you force your way in the side. You play. So I feel the same about a lot of players. I felt the same about Angel Gomez at Man United. The hype this kid got, and where is he now? What's he doing right now?
Thank you very much.
Didn't they not play him because he didn't sign the contract, though?
What's that?
Didn't they not play him because he didn't sign the contract?
No, we weren't really playing him anyway. We only played him to get him to sign a contract.
Another, it's true. The other one,
No.
The another one is Martial. He's another one with the Martial FC.
But no, but the
Where is he now?
No, but the difference with Martial compared to Cho is that he's had 5 seasons to prove whether he is or isn't.
Oh yeah.
And if you're still Martial FC after 5 years, then
he's been robbing us blind.
No, he is. He ain't got the mentality. Do you get me?
He ain't got the mentality. Because as Prime said, when there's no competition, man's performing. The moment there's a bit of a challenge, it's like either he doesn't believe he's good enough to beat that person to the position, or he has a superiority complex where you're thinking, I'm too good to challenge. I'm too good. How can you bring someone to challenge me? And he can't. He hasn't done anything in the game to have that. So it must be the other one where he's like, he just doesn't have a strong enough mentality to believe that whoever you bring in, like you mentioned about Drogba, whoever you bring in, that position is mine. And yeah, he doesn't have it. You know, some you can speak about Mourinho and taking his number, moving to the left wing. I get it, but that is going to happen in football. Managers change. You've been at Man United. You've had 3 different managers. You can't expect all 3 managers to treat you in exactly the same way, play you in exactly the same position, and ask you to do the exact same role. That is modern day. If anything, someone like Martial may have survived in a previous generation where you have one manager for 10 years of your career and maybe a second manager for another. But that's not the modern day football.
So I blame the fans for this, right?
No, it's 10 to 12. Go to your damn bed. Go to your bed. It's match week 1. We're going on for way too long already. It's only 1 game in, but it's been great talking to you. I haven't streamed much recently. So yeah, it's been a very, very good session. Even though it's been a bad week for Manchester United. Well, I played midweek anyway.
Has it? Pogba has 57 billion assists.
He does, and he's gonna win.
I'm Werner's.
Would Fergie out be trending? If Fergie was here, if Fergie was here now in Ollie's position, would Fergie out be trending?
Yes,
because modern day football fans are.
Fans are fickle, bruv. Fans are fickle, man.
Smash the
Imagine
like
that.
button, subscribe
Imagine
to the
that.
channel, and we will see you soon.